A phobal veil ferishta. Is an ormór dumsa mar publictánach agus mar uachtarán hin féin a bheith ansa livse inniu. Is an ormór a bheith liv a cumóra na cosca cus uina lécra ile na publicta atá curtha sa relic seo. Friends, I am deeply honoured to be in Belfast with you on this Easter Sunday. This is the first time in 3 years that we are able to gather together at Easter to honour the sacrifices of those who laid down their lives for Irish freedom. Being together is the best and the most fitting way to commemorate. It is the best way to remember. This is hallowed ground, the final resting place of many who kept faith with the Republic, those who gave their all. We stand today and always with the families of our patriot dead. We are always inspired by your dignity and by your resilience, and we will never forget the sacrifice and contributions of your loved ones. We send our solidarity greetings to all those around the world struggling for their freedom and for justice, struggling against imperialism. To the people of Ukraine who now fight Russia's criminal invasion of their homeland, and we call for an immediate Russian withdrawal and for an end to this terrible war. The Easter Rising changed the course of Irish history. The men and women of the Irish Volunteers and the Citizens' Army went out to break the connection between Ireland and the British Empire to establish a free and independent Irish Republic. They were ordinary, noble people. The Rising was fought by those who had children to raise, food to put on the table, rent to pay, and land to farm. It was fought by the men and women of no property. On that spring day, volunteers left behind worried families, and those that didn't return left behind heartbroken loved ones. It was a rebellion of the risen people who had suffered far too much under British rule, who had seen the potential of their country squandered by imperialism. And they believed in change. They were the change makers of their time. They looked beyond the confines of the present to the horizon of tomorrow, and they dared to dream the big dream for Ireland, the big idea eloquently captured in the proclamation. Ferogra na Cosca, Sinné an bunús atá le fulatíocht hin féin, Sinné an aisling atá aging ó seachtain na Cosca go dtí inniu. Cearta déana, cearta sibhialta, cothram na féine de gach duine ar an oileán seo idir fear, mná agus póistí. Tá sé fós aging, meoin na saoirse mar a dúirt Bobby Sands. On the steps of Dublin's GPO, Padraig Pearse read aloud those words that would reverberate through the generations. The proclamation of the Irish Republic was not only a declaration of independence, it was a clarion call to the future, a vision for each subsequent generation to follow in building a living, breathing nation on foundation stones of equality, solidarity, fraternity, and economic justice for all. The heroism and dignity of the Rising inspired the volunteers of the Tan War once again to strive for freedom, a national revolution then countered by the tragedy of civil war, the centenary of which we mark this year. 100 years ago, in this city, life was dislocated by an arbitrary line drawn on a map. On the Falls Road, in the hamlets of Fermanagh and the farmlands of Tyrone, people were cut off, disconnected and abandoned to the oppression, discrimination and dominance of the Orange State. The partition of Ireland was enforced by the threat of immediate and terrible British war. It saw the establishment of two reactionary states controlled in the interests of privileged elites. 50 years ago, here in Belfast, people saw the old Stormont regime collapse. That rotten regime had sown within itself the seeds of its own destruction, its inability to cope with the demand for equality, for civil rights, for the dignity of all citizens. And today we live in a very different place. 24 years ago, the Good Friday Agreement solidified the peace and delivered a democratic pathway forward. And now, Belfast, this city, shines as a vibrant, modern city brimming with talent and ambition. And in Belfast, we see the reflection of the incredible potential that exists right across our island. It is a testament to the fact that we have everything we need to build our new Ireland, a home for everyone. This is truly a city on the move, a city on the rise, and a people looking to the future with confidence and ambition. The political landscape in Ireland has changed beyond recognition in recent years, and Republicans have been central to driving that change. The Unionist electoral majority is gone, while the century-long political dominance of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael in the south has been broken. And now, an unprecedented current of change pulses through our country. It is happening all around us. So now is the time for leadership, for ambition, coming together to build the big idea of the proclamation anew. Friends, there is nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And that moment is now. We are living through the end game of partition. So now is the time to plan and to prepare for Irish unity in our time, because people now seek to overcome the divisions of the past. A new generation is moving on together. We are on the cusp of our historic opportunity, the reunification of our country and our people. And this isn't simply the removal of the border. This is a new departure, a collapse in divisions, and a building of a future in which everyone has a share. And we as Republicans have a solemn responsibility to navigate constitutional change together in an orderly, peaceful and democratic way. There is, of course, an onus on the Irish government to urgently establish a citizens' assembly to discuss, to debate and to plan for our new Ireland and the immense possibilities that the future holds. However, if Micheál Martin or Leo Varadkar continue to bury their heads in the sand, I want to make it very clear and make an unequivocal commitment that a Sinn Féin-led government in Dublin will establish that citizens' assembly. Our unionist people must have an equal part in building our new Ireland. To those of a unionist tradition, I say sincerely that we seek partnership with you. A future of equality and freedom belongs to you. A future of progress and change belongs to you. A future of prosperity and opportunity. And it's not for us or for anybody to invite you in. That future is already yours. About you, of you, for you. British government after British government has disrespected and failed you time and again. So imagine, just imagine instead, the liberating possibility of full freedom to make all decisions here in Ireland, in a parliament here, for the people who live here. Instead of a government in London turning its back on you, on us, imagine an Ireland where your place is assured and your rights are enshrined in law, where who you are is woven into the very fabric of who we all are as one people in all our diversity. An Ireland finally taking its place again as part of the European family and amongst the nations of the world, ready to realise our potential. In that spirit, in that belief, there is no limit to what we can achieve together. So walk this journey with us. This is our decade of opportunity where we have the freedom to determine our future, and there is so much to gain. And as we walk this path, as we plan for the future, we must build the vision of tomorrow today. The benefits of change must be felt by workers and families in the here and now. Because as an appeal to the future, the proclamation of 1916 inspires what is possible in the present. The new Ireland that we seek is about ensuring that every citizen has the foundations of a good life. An Ireland where people have decent work, can provide for their families, put an affordable roof over their head, access public health care as a right, and where our communities are respected and nurtured. These aren't luxuries. These are the very basics to which people are entitled. They are the necessities of life that bind us together. Workers and families across this island are rallying to this progressive and positive vision of change. A vision where the interests of citizens and community are the centre of political power and decision making. From Derry to Kerry, from Cork to Tyrone, from Waterford to Armagh, people are looking for new leadership and they are demanding delivery on the things that really matter. And so that is what this Assembly election is all about. The most important election in a generation. This election is about advancing real change. It's about the future. It's about the type of Ireland we want to live in. And importantly, it's about delivering for people in the here and now. And let me be clear, the people will decide this election. The people will decide who occupies the office of First Minister. And if Sinn Féin emerges as the largest party, then we will nominate Michelle O'Neill to fill that position. To the naysayers, understand this. There is not an office in this land that is off limits to anyone. There is not an office in this land that is the sole preserve of any one group. Those days are gone, and good riddance to them. After the votes are counted, the Sinn Féin team will go back to the Assembly ready to do business, ready to roll up our sleeves and get working for the people. We want to do this in partnership with others. We will work with everyone to make politics work. Democracy must prevail on terms set by the people, not by the DUP or by anybody else. And the democratic test now for the leaders of political unionism will be whether or not they can accept the will of the people. I really hope they do. I really hope that they don't repeat the mistakes of the past. Now is the time for an executive focused on delivery, on the future, and which embraces the values of partnership over division. That's what the people want, and the people are right. And we can make that happen. This opportunity is there to be seized. Our future is there to be shaped together and for each other. Táimid bhóthar na phoblaachta, tá éire aontaithe a saor mar ceann scríbe againn, ag obair le chéile aontaithe dílis go déalach nídéag sédéag beag sé againn. Friends, the momentum for change sweeping across Ireland is powerful, and it is now unstoppable. The ideals of equality and freedom expressed in the proclamation of the Republic drive this momentum today, and Republicans the length and breadth of Ireland are the forefront of that change. Everyone here and beyond is a change maker, focused on turning possibility into reality. Sinn Féin leading government, north and south. A fair, inclusive society, the unity of our people and of our country. The sacrifice of those who fought in Easter week is not a matter for history. It is a living inspiration to us today. Those who went before us laid down their lives for the Republic. Today, it is our duty to live for the Republic, to live in the Republic. And this will take patience, it will take generosity, it will take courage, it will take all of us working together for the greater good. But never, ever doubt or underestimate the power of your contribution. It is so profoundly important in this moment, over the next few weeks, and always. This is a time for leadership, a time for change, a time for hope and opportunity. And these times will be remembered and recalled as pivotal to the achievement of a united Ireland. This is our time. This is time for our Republic. So friends, let's stand again determined and resolute. And let's move heaven, and let's move earth, and let's make it count. Because we will build and we will live in that Republic together. Gur míle maith agaibh go léir is an phoblacht a bú.